let's get the show on the road. Here we are, the 9th of September, 2011. No more 100-degree days. We won't be dealing with anything like that until I think the month of June. So we're now on the slide, temperature-wise. Record lows continue to be in the 30s. And before we end the season, the summer season, we will show you lows, record lows in the upper 20s. Excuse me. 96 set back in 1941, and 38 set back in 1914. Interesting how you just transpose those numbers, 4114. Well, anyway, we'll move on to what's happening outside right now. Oh, that's right. This is the anniversary of the big flood of 2004 when Hurricane Ivan came into the area. Actually, the center of the low never got anywhere near us, but we were in the heavy rain band section from that storm. Picked up a quick 6 to 9 inches of rain. And the Ohio River, of course, flooded a couple of days after that. I think even 36 hours after the heavy rains had ended. And here are some of the numbers. There's the flood stage for Wheeling, 36, and on September 20, 2004, it was 11.5 feet above flood stage. And you can see we had flooding from Steubenville all the way down to Hannibal, and had flooding further to the north and, of course, further to the south. But those are the spots we usually show you. Well, outside we're looking at 74 degrees in Wheeling, 77 in New Martinsville, 75 in Steubenville. So, hey, not bad. We've seen periods of sunshine today. We've also had cloudy periods, but so far, no significant rain. As I look at the Storm Tracker 7 live Doppler radar right now, I see a few showers in Fayette County, Washington County, Allegheny County, and let me see, anybody up there a little bit further. Lawrence County, but nothing around here. So far, so good. Can't complain. And we had been saying that, you know, yes, showers possible for the next 3 days, and we were saying that yesterday. But, it was a big but, most of the time it won't be raining. And that's turning out to be true. Winds right now are coming in more out of the north and northwest. You know, typically they've been out of the northeast, but things are shifting. That upper low is beginning to lose its strength and its identity, and before you know it, we're going to be getting winds out of the west. We're going to get warmer temperatures before the cold front hits. It's going to be a big cold front. It'll be a lot colder next Friday than it will be today. And we're looking at wind speeds at about 3 to 7 miles from the north and northwest. Still got this big upper level disturbance spinning over the Ohio Valley. And most of the rain, fortunately, because we really don't need any rain right now, most of the rain is up in the Allegheny Plateau, getting ready to hit into northeast Ohio. And then you can see another band of rain stretching from Chicago down to St. Louis. And then not much going on here. These are the clouds associated with Hurricane Katia. And Hurricane Katia, well, she was really strong about 3 days ago. Had high sustained winds of 135 miles an hour. But that's when Katia had a nice, well-developed eye. That's usually where your strongest winds are going to be found, is near the eye. Well, anyway, here we are looking at the temperatures. You can see still relatively cool. Great Lakes, New York, New England, down into the mid-Atlantic. Dallas still, you know, last week at this time they were like 100. And they'd been 100 degrees for highs for like 10 weeks. And look at that, 86. So Thomas, I think, was primarily responsible for that. Thomas did not send Texas rain, but it brought all this cooler air in from the Mississippi Valley. And then with this low here, they're still getting winds generally out of the north. So that heat wave is over, I think. I think it's over for the year. No more 100-degree heat for Texas, for Dallas. Time will tell. Humidity levels still super high over the Delmarva Peninsula, Delaware, Maryland, a little bit of Virginia. That's where the highest humidities are. That's still associated with the moisture that was coming out of the air circulating around Thomas. Now, why did you go to Thomas? It's a tropical storm, Lee. Still got flood advisories of one sort or another. Parts of New York, New England, Connecticut, Massachusetts, North Connecticut, by the way, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, a little bit of Maryland. And you can see it goes all the way to Somerset County. So the heavy rains, we were fortunate. We only picked up about 2 inches of rain out of this system, but there were some spots just to the east of the area, like Morgantown, that got 4, and parts of Somerset County also got 4. So there's the cloud shield associated with Katia. And then this is what's left of Lee, not Thomas, Lee. I don't know why I keep calling it Thomas. There was a tropical storm Thomas, by the way, a couple years ago. All right, well, here's our predictor. showing Bermuda's down here somewhere, and there's Nova Scotia, and it looks like the coastal area is there. I got a guy up in, a friend of mine up in Moncton in New Brunswick, and doesn't look like he'll get much in terms of rain, but maybe he'll get some wind. He'll tell me about it on Sunday. Let's see, there we are, late Friday, and the model's doing pretty good, showing most of the rain to the east of our area. Could still see a pop-up or two, but not a big deal. Then we get into Saturday, and I think most of Saturday is going to be looking pretty good, but still there's a chance for a pop-up or two. Then we get into Sunday, and most of Sunday looking good, but predictors still hinting that there's going to be scattered showers late in the day. So I talked to somebody who's got a wedding, his daughter having a reception or something, like tomorrow evening, 5 to 10 p.m. or something. So he's a little concerned about the weather, and he should be. And then here's our low. This is the one that's going to send some much cooler air our way. But here we are, 4 p.m. on Monday, still hinting that there could be a spotty shower or two. And we get into Tuesday. I think Tuesday is going to be our nicest and our driest day. But, of course, with the cold front and a strong low to the north, with still sufficient amount of moisture, there's a possibility Tuesday night into Wednesday we could have thunderstorms and could get a brief downpour. But this is a cold Canadian air mass. In fact, it's going to be a reinforcing shot. There's my reinforcing shot. And did you see that up there? Did you see that? It was blue. Blue we use for snow. Pink we use for rain-snow mix. Did you see that up there? Anyway, I'll talk about that later. And then this is Hurricane Maria. It looks like Maria is going to take a track kind of similar to Katia. Certainly not like Irene, because Irene went right up that coast there and smashed, and some spots got like 9 inches of rain and stuff like that, like we did when Ivan came through. And of course there was all sorts of troubles here when it happened in 2004, and there when it happened a couple weeks ago. So anyway, this is a real cold front. This is a real cool air mass. I've been waiting for something like this for a while. Oh yeah, let's take a look at our tropical storms. There's Maria, and we'll show you the track from the Hurricane Center. Boom. Now they're finally saying Maria will be a hurricane. So I was kind of figuring they'd have to say that, but they use all these models and everything, and them's know more about these things than I do. And then here's Tropical Storm Nate, just kind of like hanging, it's wobbling there, but unfortunately, it looks like it's going to go into central Mexico. Now, I'm sure there's some places down here where they got corn and they need rain, and so here's their answer to prayer. But I would rather see this thing go up into Texas, because Texas is like bone dry. Probably know by now. All right, well, anyway, my microphone fall off. Yes, it did. Oh, I hate that when my microphone falls off. But anyway, it doesn't happen every day. And there's nobody watching this thing anyway, but, they want me to do this, so I'll do it. And it kind of gives me practice for what's coming up later today. Hey, there's your 7-day forecast. And look at this. Highs Thursday and Friday struggling again. We had 2 days this week where the highs were in the 60s. Struggling again to get up near 70. There's our showers and thunderstorms. Now, seem to be on the wrong day there, don't they? We might have to correct that. I think there's a correction in order here. Well, anyway, we'll be working on that for the 6 o'clock news. There's no 5 o'clock tonight because of tennis.